Joined now by the former Prime Minister of Ukraine, Arsenій Yacenyuk, who now heads the Kyiv Security Forum. Thank you for joining us on Newsday, Mr. Yacenyuk. Let's start with the President warning of Russia conducting even larger operations in the east. Is he right to be concerned?
Well, as far as I see, Russia already switched to stage 2 of their large-scale military offensive. Initially, Putin believed that he can easily take over an entire Ukraine, encircle Kyiv, and actually proclaim a pro-Russian state in Ukraine. He completely failed. I want to reiterate once again, completely. Now they've changed their tactics. And the bad news, well, actually, we don't have good news, but the news that came from Russia is that Putin decided to assign a brutal and blatant general who was in charge of Syria war as a commander-in-chief of the military operation that is to be unfolded in the east of Ukraine. No doubt that Russia decided actually to resort to the kind of tactics they did in Syria, in Aleppo, and in Groznому. So the tactics actually envisage only one approach: war crimes and crimes against humanity. But I strongly believe that Ukrainian military is durable. We've showed how courageous we are. And I believe that men and women in the uniform will stop Putin in the east, because this is the crucial fight for Putin. The deadline for Putin is the 9th of May. Well, and a number of experts already deliberated over this. This is the victory day against the Nazis. And you know, this is so cynical, and the hypocrisy is that Nazi-style ruler who is Putin wants to dedicate some kind of military events to the celebration of defeat of Nazis in the Second World War. So I do believe that this would be a crucial battle, and I am confident that Ukraine is to prevail, and what is needed an urgent supply and delivery of both defensive and offensive weapons.
Well, and that's the thing, isn't it? Because if the war moves to the east, our correspondent's been there. He's seen trenches dug in by your forces, very reminiscent of what was seen in World War I. And the Russians, of course, they can supply that area much more easily. Could this be the point at which things maybe start going the other way, where Russia starts having some success?
Look, I am not a military expert. I am a politician, and everyone is to do its own job. But my take is that the reason why Russia decided to shift to Plan B is that they can easily, not easily, but better, to restore supply lines to their military. That what didn't happen when they initiated attack on the north of Ukraine, on the one hand. But on the other hand, look, Ukrainian military, Ukrainian people have guts, and Ukrainian people have will, and we are defending our homeland. So I want to reiterate once again the message to the free world, and I am really grateful to the British people and to the British government. But my message is that, look, we need more munition, we need more armors, we need more weapons in order to defend the freedom in Europe.
Do you need Austrian Chancellor Karl Nehammer in Moscow today to meet President Vladimir Putin?
Look, I'm very skeptical about all this shuttle diplomacy and these efforts to cut the deal or to hammer out the deal with Russians. That's another window dressing and smokescreen policy of the Russian Federation. Let me remind you that before the war, there was a never-ending line of shuttle diplomacy folks going from Europe to Russia in order to somehow to facilitate an agreement or to pursue Putin not to invade. What do we have in the end? He invaded, and he committed atrocities and massacre in Ukraine. So the only chance to reach the deal is to win on the battlefield, period.
Very briefly, because the programme's about to end, the death toll from the missile strike on the train station in the city of Krasnoyarsk has risen to 57. Moscow continues to claim that this was a false flag operation, that Ukraine was behind it. Your reaction quickly, please.
Deception, lie, sham and hoax. Putin personally and his soldiers responsible for these kind of massacre and atrocities.
Arsenій Yatseniuk, the former Prime Minister of Ukraine, who now heads the Kyiv Security Force Forum. Thank you for joining us.